bat second. So
my difference is this, Baji. As an opening batsman, whatever little I opened for India in the
so
past.
those era was different.
No, that's what
and
I
this
said.
is we are talking about after 40 years.
I'm not, you're not getting the point. When he chased,
So why should the bowler only take the pressure? When do the batsmen take the pressure? So somewhere.
I'm not saying to bowler
no.
take the pressure.
Mumbai chase, but if at all you're not,
That's what I'm saying. Bat them out.
so bat them out. But why can't you just why there's more pressure when you have chasing this
have
pressure?
to have the bowler to be able to defend it. And that's actually the beauty. See, this is why we like rivalry. This is the beauty of it. This is how high stakes it is. Some extraordinary players have played for both of these units in the past, including Harbhajan Singh, who has 18 wickets in this contest between MI and RCB. And today, with some iconic players, they take to the field again where a lot is at stake. It's really to galvanize themselves because you don't want to stay too far behind when the rest of the pack go ahead. Two big rivals. Let's talk about Royal Challengers Bengaluru. I mean, you can talk about all sorts of things, but there's one common thread about trying to pick apart what has been the major issue this season. Sanjay, in your opinion, what has been the biggest issue this season?
I see the batting coming good.
Scores under 20, so when will the rest of the batting catch up?
Well, if at all, it is about to come in the form, this is the wicket, and do you remember that inning of Maxwell? He played that inning against Afghanistan in the World Cup here, 200, he scored himself and won the game single-handedly. So this is probably the best chance for them to come out and perform the way they are supposed to. They have to raise their hand and score with Virat Kohli. Let Virat Kohli play the way he does, they have to bat up the order.
It's interesting that Baji said it. This is the conditions for your batting to come together. But Brian, we've literally been asking the same version of this question for the last 16 years. So how is it that every time RCB find themselves in this situation?
Well, I think if you look at every single...
He's bowling Virat Kohli of RCB. He need to make sure he get two wickets up front. They are not able to take those two, 3 wickets in the power play. That's where the concern happen, and they don't.
Games right here on this ground.
I mean, look at the last game. A team got 199 and Rashid Khan had figures of 4 overs for 18 runs and a wicket. I mean, that is a game changer at number 1, 2 and 3. His record at number 4 and 5 is abysmal. When he played for Mumbai Indians, they found the best use of Cameron Green.
Cameron Green, he played his best cricket here in Mumbai Indians.
Today he knows this ground well. He just might be wearing a different kit when it comes to the red of RCB. These two rivals in the past.
Colours again, Mayanti.
I don't think I'll be allowed back in Bengaluru if I don't wear red.
Last time I saw her in Jaipur, she was wearing it.
To the neutral parties today, by the way. Safe.
Neutral is good.
Neutral is always good.
No. Not when it comes to this rivalry. There is no neutral when it comes to this rivalry. One of the most iconic ones where Bhaji's been a part of some of those fire-starting moments, and we want to see more. Celebrations as well, which we love to see. We loved it when Virat Kohli played here at the Wankhede and scored that 50th one-day century. It was an iconic moment in Indian cricketing history. The reception, you remember it, Sanjay, it was glorious. You walk out not wearing India blue today. You'll be walking out wearing rival colours. Manjarika, will the crowd behave today, Brian?
I think they got their first win, so I think Hardik Pandya has taken it very well. They're happy.
It's one of the best places to watch cricket in all the stadiums here. The Wankhede is already filling in, and they want to see the best of the best in its intense rivalry. So Mumaikar Sanjay has to say that, doesn't he? When it comes to Virat Kohli, that battle, that prime battle amongst the best with Jasprit Bumrah will be one for us to relish. This could be the key battle within the battle. But before we get into the details, because we will break down this battle, pick a side. Jasprit Bumrah or Virat Kohli today?
Ball, and if Kohli, it looks like he likes to go after him. I feel that Bumrah could win this battle because a strike rate of 150 against Bumrah is great. But the form that he's in now, I think Bumrah could get the edge on Virat tonight.
Oh, we like it. We like this rivalry. Both these teams need to resurrect their campaigns, and perhaps victory against either side could essentially galvanize the IPL because you don't want to be playing catch-up, and the fandom here will be absolutely extraordinary. Sanjay Manjareka, Brian Lara, let's get some extraordinary predictions from them straight up in our parlay predictions. Let's switch it up actually, Sanjay. I know you're a Mumbai boy. Forget it. You're playing for RCB today. Give me a...
Just 49.
You know what? We're going to delve into that because maybe the evolution of cricket is not the milestones anymore. It's this impact
Strike
per
rate.
inning, strike rate. That will be a conversation as we have a look at our top stories. Because Glenn Maxwell and Faf du Plessis, last time they played at the Wankhede, pretty good numbers. Have a look at this though. Let's roko all the conversations because
They haven't won anything for a long time. Do they want to now completely sort of change their approach and go with this new generation of young T20 players that we see in this IPL, for whom it seems to be the natural format? Now, if that call is taken, then all kinds of other questions come up. But on these people's form and experience, they walk in. But we've had Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli in the last 3-4 T20 World Cups, and we haven't won it. So that's another way to look at it.
did you say you were just
So long that they know what to do. I think that's where India, I feel, should try to up the tempo up, get more conversations, more game planning. I'm not there. I'm only guessing. But I played cricket and I know when you got,
I think we know.
This has to be the thing. Brian Lara says that he played cricket. You played actually fantasy cricket. The kind of thing that you did was, fantasy, dream.
The point I'm trying to make
Please
is
continue.
team plan. If they've got a good team plan, they've got the players, young or old, to win the World Cup. I just feel planning every step of the way with the bat, with the ball is important.
And planning has to come to the fore for both of these franchises today because both of them need points on the board. Both of them essentially have gaps that they need to fill. Momentum. Who is momentum with this time around? We know that the fans are divided. This is the one rivalry. You pick a side. But our Starcast is doing the same. So overwhelming in support of Mumbai Indians today. There would be one gentleman who would want to ensure that he turns that quota around, and that is Virat Kohli. Our Grow expert's opinion. Sanjay, you heard him saying in Jaipur after scoring his 8th IPL 100 that I have to be able to play in a way that I have to bat through, which means what?
Superbly. Strike rate was brilliant. RCB got 182. He got 100 in the last game at Jaipur. The total was 183. And, that wasn't enough. On both occasions, they lost the game. So how do you tackle that problem?
Intriguing one because in Mumbai he was groomed as the role of finisher under Pollard. He went to Gujarat, he played as a leader. It wasn't about the strike rates anymore. Is Hardik Pandya able to find the best version of himself as a batter in this lineup?
No. And there have been occasions when he's batted number 7, and some people have gone before him to bat. His contribution and the way we perceived Hardik Pandya changed when he made the move to Gujarat Titans as captain with his leadership, but more importantly, batting at number 4 and showing all the gears. You remember the Asia Cup game as well against Pakistan, how he played a different role. So he should be at number 4, Surya at number 3, and they've got enough dashes down the order. Even for Gujarat, there was no need for him to play anchor when you've got somebody like a Shubman Gill who can...
In desperate situations, or just propel the score forward if the team is doing well. A captain does not, especially an all-round captain, he wants to play a part in the game, bat, ball in the field, and he will do that perfectly in the batting scenario at number 4.
I haven't even seen him be able to utilize his bowling as well, as a captain. Our Dream 11 pitch report. Actually, let's get you, Sanjay, to tell us about the conditions. This is your home turf also. Batting paradise today, what are we expecting?
Yes, advantage for the bowler. It's just about fetching the ball from the stands and giving it back to the bowler.
That's so politely spelled. Speaking of changes in that department, after actually Chika's been saying it on our shows quite a bit on Amul Cricket Live, we've heard that Will Jacks has in fact got the cap for RCB, still to confirm who will be making way for him. Good move, right?
Yeah, well, I think it's a good decision to do so. Tough luck to who misses out, but I think it's a wonderful decision.
Who do you think has missed out?
I was just looking at people, the foreign players who were capping, but grudgingly kind of saying, all the best.
Karthik, 39 years young, Dinesh Karthik, Sanjay Manjareka here on Amul Cricket Live, and that sort of innings, striking at about 230. Essentially, that's the hitting, that's the power hitting that you wanted, and that's put a target on the board
Absolutely, and too many
point and behind square. And you just see him just finesse the ball fine between the third man and the keeper. He gets inside and hooks the ball. He's just a master at this stage of the game, especially. And his craft comes out very best. I just love to see him when he's on full go. A couple seasons ago, he was there, and hopefully he's back for another good IPL this year.
Well, I mean, important partnership between the captain and Rajat Patidar as well. Both needed runs, fast needed runs.
Yes, and twice when Virat to the inning, the scores were 180 to 183. Virat fell early today, and they've got 196.
Went for 196 shows. He's bowled. The difference between him and any other member of his bowling team is just vast. And batting teams may have to start realizing that they need the 16 overs to attack and forget all about Bumrah. You know, get singles, don't give him wickets.
Briefly on the chase, Sanjay. So they've chased 200 successfully. Onus on Rohit Sharma for the start.
Oh no, onus on every.
RCB will be walking off thinking, what just happened? Because that's a big win.
That's a huge win. And obviously both captains said that they would have fielded first because of the Jyoth night. Mumbai Indians won the toss and they
Team would love to have a batter like Rohit Sharma and Ishan Kishan at the top of the order. You know, without taking without giving too many chances to the opposition, they are still able to play freely and score that freely is something very, very special, and he often does it. And that's where I think Mumbai Indian won the game 70%. Then the
was a week. I think they're just running in and bowling sort of into the pitch or up to the bat and really not thinking about the weakness of the players first and foremost. You're bowling to a guy like Ishan.
Captain, and that just led the template for Surya. Let's go down now for the presentation with Sanjay.
Welcome to the post-match presentation.
With him, Bhaji, those formative years to now see him as really the #1 bowler in the year. You can hear so much insight from just the answers that he gives to tell you where he is in terms of his experience.
Yeah, obviously, to see him, bowl from day one and today, there's a huge difference. And he's been a great learner of the game. And even while he was talking to Sanjay Manji, of himself and see where he can improve. And he's so calm, composed. When it comes to pressure situation, no one does better than what he does. You know, people often talk about Virat Kohli, MS Dhoni because it's a better game. Sorry, Brian. But if you talk about the superstars of the game, he's by far, I think, the superstar of the IPL. It just, his number shows, his growth from day one to today. He win game, on his day like nothing. So, how many batters have done that? If you count like 3 to 4 batters, but you see the bowlers, it's only Bumrah or Malinga.
Across the formats,
the format. So, unbelievable. So, the basic thing is he wants to learn and he wants to get better every day. And he's still very humble, very calm, and very, very hardworking in the nets. And preparation starts at the nets, and that's what he mentioned. A great lesson for all the youngsters. When you're practicing, practice like you're playing the game. Only if you'll practice right, then you'll be able to perform the way you want to perform.
And I really enjoyed him saying that he does analyze the data and looks back, because you saw that in a way his setup of Virat Kohli, it was
and sort of played into Bumrah's hands.
You look at win contributions, one more contribution certainly at the top.
To him, as Brian mentioned earlier, everyone was looking to bowl away from him, rather than somebody could have just bring the ball back into him and could have cramped him. Those are, changes you have to think there and then as a bowler, what works for you, what doesn't. It doesn't mean that 6 ball you just continue to bowl outside off and you think that he'll nick one. This is a T20 format. Even if you nick one, he's slashing it hard. It's going to go from top. So I think they didn't bowl as well as they should have to him, but he didn't ask them to bowl badly. He played some beautiful shots. Whatever opportunities came on his way, whether it's flick, over cover, and some of the shots he played, Brian, you must be very proud of seeing him playing that uppercut or whatever shot that went over point for 6 unbelievable shots. So it's good to see him overtired, I believe. Give him some rest, not mentally, physically also he need to take rest because he's been playing a lot of cricket. He played 4 tests against England, and before that, whatever series India was playing, he's always been the part of the team, and he bowls a lot of overs. So for me, he looked a bit tired, physically and mentally more. With this kind of hammering, it's very hard for any bowler to wake up next day and feel all right. I have gone through these kind of situations where I've got hammered by different batters. But you have to give yourself a bit of time, relax a bit, think about your game, and work hard in the nets, as Bumrah mentioned. Work on your game and come back stronger, like we have seen Siraj, and I'm sure he will come back strong.
One bowler would be feeling pretty great about today's inclusion, in fact, is Shreyas Gopal, brought in just for this matchup against RCB because he's done well again. And where do you really see, if at all, confusion or the reasons for his dismissals?
Well, he's a target. Coming up against RCB, you talk about Faf and Kohli, but you'll always spend a lot of time because you know how dangerous he is. And I don't think he's giving himself a lot of time. You look at the game today, and I feel he was a little bit ruffled with the pace that Kutsi gave him. There was about 3 or 4 balls in that over, was short, at his head, and he looked a little bit uncomfortable. Got to the other end, leg spinners bowling, did not read the googly, LBW. And I believe that shows that you are not, first of all, doing your homework to understand where your game is, what do you have to do to get out of the slump that you're in, and you're maybe trying as much as possible to counter-attack to see if you can get out of that slump, when it might just take sort of knocking the ball, getting some singles, getting a rhythm into your innings. And I believe that, yes, this game calls for this, hit every ball kind of scenario, but not everybody's Sky. Not everybody can take a good ball and carve it over cover point and take the same ball and hit it over square leg. I think a guy like Maxwell needs a few balls under his belt, get the pace and bounce of the track, and then get into his innings. And I feel that he would need to know that bowlers are coming for him in certain ways. They're going to bowl the short ball, the spinners are going to come. You see the left-arm spinner coming in at the stump. You see the back of the arm spinners bowling googly because they know that he's going to try to be ultra-aggressive and not have respect for them. And I think that's what's lacking. He needs a little bit more respect for his innings, build it, and get going.
Speaking about not respecting bowlers, Sky is back, Maji, and how?
Have different league altogether. When Surya Kumar Yadav shines, no one, actually you want to see.
The sun never sets at the one today when Surya is batting. The sun never sets.
We have all seen AB de Villiers, unbelievable player. But when I see this guy, I think he's a better version of AB de Villiers. He's won more number of games for his franchise than anyone, playing this format. So unbelievable player. If I was, part of any team, he would be my first pick if he comes in the auction. He'll never come in the auction.
Let's not even go there. But I mean, that's
You'll
a
have to
statement.
probably kidnap him. He'll never gonna go to the auction. But yeah, unbelievable player, Brian. You probably have to have few words for him.
No, I mean,
how do you describe such batsmen?
I've never seen anything like it. Never seen anything like
Would you like to bowl to him?
Yeah, thankfully all of us are just here and we can just watch it in an enjoyable fashion because there was no limit for this Sky, for Mumbai Indians to chase down this target with ease in this big rivalry. We will be back to discuss more.